welcome to Periscope on Kwararafa Television. I hope you're actually enjoying your week, and of course we're wrapping up this week with another exciting episode of Periscope. And as you already know, of course, Periscope will always give you the best and whatever you need in order to shape your life, your community, and of course the larger society at large. And today we'll be taking a turn to artificial intelligence, which has actually been fast this and evolving, and of course there are a lot of trends and a lot of knowledge and a lot of things about artificial intelligence that we need to know. And for us to actually get to move with the society and the growth in this community, of course we have to learn and know about it. And of course we are privileged this evening on Periscope to host Professor Etimi Garba, who is actually a professor in artificial intelligence. He also is a multimedia data analyst and then software engineer, and he has authored several books on artificial intelligence and other things. So this episode of Periscope is definitely going to be one exciting and knowledgeable one. Don't miss it. Continue watching. Sir, you're welcome to Periscope this evening.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, sir. And I must confess, you're looking you're looking amazing, sir.
Thank you.
All right, then when I saw your profile, I was amazed. I could not even see it because it was actually one unique one. I was wondering, wow, this man is actually a great person. So of course my audience will definitely be excited to know. So who is Professor Etimi Garba? Can you just give us a brief about yourself, sir?
Yes. My name is Etimi Joshua Garba.
Okay.
I am from Kwararafa State.
Wow.
From Krume local government, to be precise.
Wow.
And I've passed through a lot of, let me put it, different levels of education, from primary school to up to this level of being a professor. I've gathered a lot of experience, but by and large is that my area of specialty is in social, software engineering, multimedia, technology, and artificial intelligence. So that's just a brief about me.
Wow, that's quite amazing, sir. I'm actually honored to hear from you.
Right,
okay, but then, while you were speaking, you said you passed through a lot of things. What actually pushed you to go into the academic aspect? I was amazed when I heard you said you're from Kurmi.
Yes, actually, starting off in life, as a young person, you will have a lot of aspirations. What you want to do, and you want to go into this or that. I had wanted to start at the University of Uyo. I started electrical and electronics. From there I moved to Uniben to do petrochemicals. Then I got a scholarship to go to Russia to study computer science and engineering.
Wow.
So I picked that interest. And since then I've been in that sphere of life, developing software. And then when I finished my service in 2005, the opportunity presented itself to go into the academics. Interestingly, even before I went into the academics, I've always loved writing. I wrote several books. Our house got burnt, all of them, the manuscripts got burnt while I was still in Russia. But when I came back, before I came back, I wrote my first book on music technology in 2003 in Canada.
Wow.
Then. So for me, going to the academics was just natural, and I think that's how God destined it.
Sure. Yes. Hearing you say this, I would actually say you're a blessing to Kwararafa State and Kurmi at large. I can actually call you the pride of Kurmi. Okay, then we'll move swiftly to the matter of the day: artificial intelligence, opportunity, threats, or the future.
Yes.
So before we begin, for the ordinary person watching and wondering, what is artificial intelligence?
Yes, let's start with the word intelligence.
Okay.
So intelligence has to do with the capability or ability to learn, observe, think, reason, and then take decisions to solve problems. So that is intelligence. So when we now bring it to artificial intelligence, then we are trying to see how we use machines to mimic the ability of the human intelligence. So the machine would take all the data we have, observe it, analyze it, and then discover patterns, discover knowledge, and then help us to decide, or they do the decision for us. So that is artificial intelligence. Handing over the thinking and the reasoning and the decision process from the human being to the machine.
Okay, well, that's interesting. So, looking at this, how has AI evolved over the years?
Yes, to be very specific, the first time AI was coined was in 1956.
Wow.
Yes, by John McCarthy and his friends.
Okay.
And those friends particularly organized a workshop that lasted for 2 months. And that was the first time they brought or they coined the word artificial intelligence in the United States of America. Since then, we have moved through different levels of growth or development. Remember, first in 1956, it was theory. From theory, we now move to some other framework, to models, until we had computers that could process large amount of data. Then we began to have large language models that gave birth to this boom that we're now having. So this is how that we have gone steadily. But before this boom, there are two things you need to understand. Before then, we had what we call predictive artificial intelligence. What we now have, this boom that we are seeing now, is called generative artificial intelligence. So that's how AI has been growing steadily up to this time.
Wow.
Yes.
1950.
1956.
Wow, that's quite a while.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, now looking at the growing trends or the new trends in AI, what should we actually be paying attention to, and how close are we to it?
Yes. There are things that we should pay attention to.
Okay.
And I don't know whether to say they are scary, but you see, one of them is what we call agentic AI.
Okay.
Agentic AI. So if I'll ask you who is an agent, like in real estate, you will tell me that an agent is somebody who acts on your behalf. So it's the same thing. Now we're moving towards where AI is not only going to, you're not only going to ask questions for AI to also answer. You're not only going to use AI as an assistant to help you type, just write one message. No, we're moving towards where it will be hands-free. AI takes over everything they're doing, everything that you're doing, everything. That is where we're moving towards. That's agentic, autonomous machine that takes care of all the activities that you're doing. Actually, that is the current thing now. The next thing is the robotics and robotics AI. We're moving where you're going to have glasses, earphones, and other gadgets that are AI enabled. Let me give you one example. I'm speaking English, right?
Yeah.
So assuming you're not understanding English, all you need is just to put your earpiece that has language translator, and you can understand you can just hear the translation immediately, what I'm saying. We're already moving towards that. In fact, we already have the samples. It's just a mass production that is left. Okay, so the last thing about that question is, what is scary? And you see, we are going closer to it, is artificial general intelligence. The ability for AI to think and surpass even the intelligence of human beings. That is where we are going towards. But we are still far away from it. Yeah, you know why? Human beings are very complex. We are tripartite. We have a body, we have a spirit, and then we have a soul. So for AI or computer to surpass us, it will really take some time. It's only the intelligent aspect of human that machine is still trying to copy. We have not gone to this aspect of the soul, of the mind, or the spirit. So I think that's what I would say, we are still not there. Yes.
Okay, when we were actually speaking, I was already getting scared, and actually that's something that got to my mind. Now, so can we actually say AI is actually a blessing or a curse? Because from what you said, that it's more like an advantage or is it a disadvantage to the world?
Yes, AI is a blessing.
Okay.
And at the same time, it's a curse. Now, one thing you have to really understand is a weapon in the hands of security or let me say security or law enforcement is for protection.
Sure.
They will protect us because they have weapons. But the same weapon in the hand of a criminal is danger.
Yeah.
So the issue now is not the weapon.
Okay.
The issue now is who is holding the weapon.
Okay.
So AI by itself will not harm us. It depends on how we deploy it.
Yeah.
And that is where government needs to step in to do a lot of work, which we will talk about.
Okay.
Yes.
So now moving further, you that cautioning and scary aspect you were talking about, still on it. There are speculations that AI will soon take over human jobs, and humans will no longer be needed, and all of this. So, do you actually believe that AI will soon take away human jobs? And if it will, maybe what are some of the jobs that you think are at high risk in the nearest future, or already at risk?
Anyway, it's actually normal for people to have frenzy when there's something new. But one thing that is certain is that when it comes to technology, there is always a disruption.
Okay.
There is always a disruption, and there's always going to be a disruption.
Okay.
Now, the phones we are holding, if you know how many things it has disrupted.
Sure.
With this same phone, I have touchlight, I have radio FM, I have TV, I have SMS, I can send text to you, right? We've been chatting through text.
Sure.
But before, I have to write it through post office. So it has disrupted post office, disrupted radio, touchlight, so many other things. Disruption is normal. So there's nothing to be afraid of. But there's something I want to read for you here.
Okay.
According to World Economic Forum, 92 million jobs are going to be displaced.
Wow.
But listen, yes, well, listen. 170 million jobs will be created.
Okay. That's quite confusing now.
So what he's saying is that we are moving.
Yeah.
The trend is moving. If we're using donkeys before as a means of transportation, now we're using cars, right?
Yeah.
That is also it. It has not changed transportation. Transportation will remain.
Okay.
So all the things we're doing will still remain. But it's just how we carry them out will change.
Okay.
So we're going to have introduction of 78, let's say 80 million jobs.
Wow.
80 million jobs, new types of jobs.
Wow. Okay.
So the only thing for people to do is, if you're doing your job without AI, anybody that is doing your type of job with AI will take away the job from you. That is the bottom line.
Wow. Okay.
So instead of to be afraid of AI taking away my job, no, embrace AI to empower yourself.
Okay. So from what you've actually said now, it means AI is actually creating more opportunities rather than taking it.
Sure. It's creating a lot of opportunities.
Okay.
The classical jobs will still remain, and then there are newer jobs that will come in.
Okay.
See, if you go to LinkedIn, if you see the number of people that we are looking for in terms of AI engineers, they are not there. They are nowhere to be found.
Sure.
We have serious shortage of AI engineers globally, serious one.
Okay.
And the way we are moving, we don't know how we're going to even fill those jobs.
Okay.
And by the time Nigeria starts or Africa starts, the demand is there.
Yeah.
The demand is there. So it's only for us to reposition ourselves. Even the classical jobs, not all of them will be replaced.
Okay, all right.
The one that will not be replaced is physical jobs or labor or artisan skills like carpentry, welding. There are some jobs that will still require human touch. Those ones in Africa here or in Nigeria take time to really take time before machines will take over. And do you know how much is the cost of the machine? When you get one laborer will do the work for you.
Yeah.
So we're looking at that at different levels. But if you used to write only letters and do editing, like you that are in the journalism, only do editing. Computer can do the editing. So it means instead of to be afraid of AI now, embrace it and see how we can still use your mind or your human intelligence plus artificial intelligence.
Yeah, yes. When you mentioned my job, I was already scared. Why you actually speaking and you were talking about artisans, carpenters? I was like, okay, how about journalism?
Yes, journalism is part of that.
All right, you actually mentioned some. So I know some people actually asking questions. So can you actually elaborate? Maybe give us more examples as well of some jobs that should actually, some people in occupations that should actually embrace AI. Maybe give us some practical and other examples as well.
Yes, but let me start with the people that their job is at risk. Yes. These are data entry, clerical, customer care, bookkeepers, copywriting, book proofreaders and editors. These are people that their jobs are highly at risk. Because now like the book I wrote, I used a lot of AI to do the proofreading. So the grammar is clean. So I don't need any human being to. The only time I used an editor who is a student of mine that is in Spain was to check for the human aspect, not grammar. You know, grammar is different.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
now the context, for him to look at the context where the human touch is. That's where now I brought in him. So it doesn't really mean that you actually discard human being. No, the human angle is always there. But there are technical aspects that are repetitive, that are static. We already know them. They are rule-based. Just give it to AI. You polish it.
Sure.
But then the human angle is also there. The next people that are moderate are journalists, teachers, accountants. They are in between.
Okay.
We still need them.
Thank God we're safe.
We still need them, but the machine is going to help them out in so many aspects.
Okay.
So there are so many aspects. If you are going to train yourself as a journalist, do not train yourself where AI will take away your job. But it's where AI cannot. Plus the AI, you should not. Then, as I mentioned, those people that have least challenge are the people that do skill jobs, physical labor jobs. So theirs for now they are protected until we have robots. Yes.
All right then. Okay. You know, while you were speaking, so now let's just come down to students.
Okay.
Do you think AI is an advantage to students? Because especially there are complaints lately of how, especially let's say practicing journalists can generate AI and misinformation. Some people can complain that students as well also just use AI and then they no longer are productive. So could you actually comment on that?
Yes. The challenge we're having now is we have a situation whereby assignments are given to students. You just go to AI and just drop it. And drop the question, get the answer, and bring it back to the teacher. Well, I don't blame the students.
Okay.
Yes. I only blame the teachers for not setting questions that the students were able to use the AI very well. I give my work, my coursework that I give, go and get any of my students in software engineering or anything that has to do. I give them work and I deliberately tell them to use the AI. But by the time you see the work itself, you will know that you need to know well how to use AI. So it's how the questions are being framed. If you just say, go and find out what's the definition of digital marketing. After all, it's just like going to the dictionary. So the student is no wrong if you use AI to get the definition of digital marketing. But if you set the question in such a way that do a research on digital marketing in Nigeria and compare it with the one of the United States of America, where they have winter, but we don't have winter. You see now, you can't just get a straightforward answer. He will do some work. Exactly. So it's the nature of the questions
that matters.
Yes.
So now, Prof, while you were speaking, you said AI is both an advantage and a disadvantage to us, and then you outlined some stuff, which of course students should actually not be relying on AI and all of this. But then moving further, how do you think we can actually benefit from artificial intelligence?
Yes, there are so many benefits when it comes to artificial intelligence. But one thing that is certain is that first, before we go to the benefits, there's a need for proper education and orientation. Yes, so that's the challenge we're having now. You hear a lot of AI everywhere, AI, but really, what is AI? So many people are so fearful of it, they don't even hear the word AI. Yes. And some have embraced it, we don't even know what it is, innocently. And some are using it to get results, but not optimally. So these are some of the things. First, education, and then orientation. Before we now even go to the benefits. For the benefits, it helps in reducing costs. The cost of production, by production I mean not only if you are producing something, but the cost of production or cost of labor or cost of anything that you're doing is reduced in terms of the time, the money, and the talent. So there is a work that I'm currently doing that I've left, even while I'm here, I've left it and it's working. I'm using an agent that I've decided is working for me while I'm here. It has reduced the stress. In fact, I spent $10 to achieve the work of $100. Yes. So it's a matter of using it to our advantage. So the benefits are in different categories.
Okay.
The first category is the ability to get answers from AI.
Okay.
The second is the ability for AI to be an assistant to us.
Okay.
Yes, to assist us in some tasks.
Yeah.
Then we are going higher now. The ability for AI to automate our processes.
Okay.
Yes, AI can automate all your processes for your business. For somebody who browses your website, he contacts you through chat. It's AI that is answering, not you.
Okay.
Yes, you will be chatting. What is this company about? Do you have this product? Yes, this is the product we have, but this one is not you. It's AI that is doing everything. And the person will make a call. It is your voice that has been cloned with the data of your company that will answer, yes, this product is available. And the person will hear as if it's your voice. So you can be sleeping. And we can translate that into all the languages in the world. Do you see that? That's an assistant. That's automation. Then the final one is agentic. That is, you just sleep, you tell, open my email, read my mails, check which one is of highest priority, reply, read it to me. If I'm okay, send it the reply.
Okay.
So these are the levels.
Levels, yeah.
Yes,
okay.
4 levels.
Well, quite. This is deep then. Okay, well then, you know what you were speaking earlier? Okay, you said something. You said education. We need to be enlightened. Some of us are even using it without actually knowing much on it and all of this. When we hear AI, many times, I think I was in a class one certain period, and then the lecturer asked the student, one of my classmates, what was artificial intelligence? She said ChatGPT. So it was actually funny. But once we say AI, the first thing a lot of people will say is that ChatGPT, Meta, and all of this. So so how do you think Nigerians can take advantage of artificial intelligence? But then, and then also, what are some of the common ones that they have been using, and then which one do you think would actually grow more to?
Yes, when it comes to AI, in the context of Nigeria, more especially, is we are looking at it from the applied angle, just adoption. That's where we look at it. And in the adoption, just the way I explained now, most of us, our adoption stops at asking AI questions, and that will be stopped. But even then, we don't even do it well, because they still, when you ask AI a question, the process of asking AI a question is called prompting. The question you ask AI is called prompt. Now, the art of drafting or designing good prompts that the AI will understand is called prompt engineering. So for you to use AI, you need to have gone through a course called prompt engineering, so that you understand how to craft questions for AI. You know why? It's because AI is full of intelligence. Is intelligence gathered from years, from write-ups of different people, all put together in one place. And you want to extract that knowledge. So if you are not too specific and careful, it will give you the first thing it sees.
Yeah, okay, it's true.
Exactly. It will give you the first thing. If somebody is hungry, opens the fridge, the thing he sees is what he picks. But if you give him instruction, if you open the fridge, look at this and look at this, it's different. So AI now, you just say, give me digital marketing. The first article he sees, digital marketing, it gives you. But you need to know how to write prompt. That's why I talked about education. So we are still at the level of adoption, but we need to have correct education and orientation.
Okay, so how do you think, how should this education or this knowledge or orientation be passed?
Yes, it should be from schools and working places.
Okay.
But we can start from the schools and our working places. We need to actually have a plan and program. So let me start from the Nigerian universities. The Nigerian universities, we have the NUC, that's the regulatory body for the Nigerian universities. As I'm speaking to you, from next session, every university in Nigeria will take a course called AI for 200 level. Every student, not a particular course, not for computer scientists alone, for all courses at 200 level, everybody is taking that course called AI. So you can see from education angle, we have started doing something. Now, what we are left with is the side of the government and also now the side of the, let's say, the working class. Like in your working place, have you started working? Do you have a policy? So we need to have enterprises, organizations, ministries, departments, agencies must begin to have policies, implementation policies towards AI as it relates to their work, according to the peculiarity of their own system or whatever work they're doing.
Okay. This conversation is really getting interesting.
Thank you.
And I know there are more who actually look at it, especially, you know, you gave a striking point on the aspect of a coping in our educational system, and that actually raised a question on me. If Nigerian educational system or the government is actually ready or making sure that we are ready for it, but then we'll actually talk about that when we come back from the break.
Okay.
All right then, viewers, I know you're enjoying this conversation already on artificial intelligence and where we are now and where we are headed to. And one key thing Professor said that actually got me is AI is actually both an advantage and a disadvantage. And if you think you're not going to use AI because it should not be used, then you are the one at the more advantageous position. And guess what? AI will provide more jobs than it will take. Well, that's it on it, but don't go away. We'll be going on a short break, and when we come back, we'll continue this conversation here on Periscope. Don't go away. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
This is Kwararafa Television.
All right then, welcome back. We're still on Periscope here on Kwararafa Television. I'm your host, Rejoice Hussein Yaro. And of course, you know, we're talking about artificial intelligence, that is looking at how it's the opportunity, the threat, and of course, future plans. And our guest today over here, we know, is the Professor Etemi Joshua Garba, a distinguished scholar with over 20 years of experience, both nationally and internationally. He has studied and has actually stayed abroad and over here in Nigeria, and is actually a lecturer as well with this thing, and the pioneer dean, of course, of the Faculty of Computing at Modibo Adama University, Yola. Thank you very much, sir, for this insightful this conversation we've been having lately.
Yes, thank you.
I must say, I've actually been learning a lot. Okay, we'll be moving further. You know, well, before we went on the break, we were actually talking about Nigeria 87. You actually laid some plans which will actually be coming up maybe sooner. You said by the next sessions where other people can get to learn about artificial intelligence, not just studying computer, of course, other courses as well will get to participate in it. Okay, but then you know, while you were speaking, I actually just thought of something. You know, even the people, you know, people always say computer science students in Nigeria a graduate of computer science doesn't even know how to operate a computer. So do you think Nigeria is actually prepared for what is coming, looking at artificial intelligence?
Yes, the only way we can be prepared is actually to start.
Okay.
Yes, the only way we can get prepared is actually to start. Now, when you look at the challenges we have in Nigeria's education, in as much as we have challenges of so many things, they say, okay, electricity, laboratories, let me say staff or student welfare, and all that. Put all that together is not an excuse for us to stop education.
Okay.
In as much as sometimes they even say we produce half-baked graduates. Half-baked graduates. We are more interested in the baked than the half.
Okay.
The baked is still important to us. So it's better we have half-baked than none.
No, okay.
Because knowledge gap is more disastrous for this country. So it's better as we are moving now, we move. But it's not to say we should accept the situation now and then we don't want to have room for improvement. The room for improvement is there. So for Nigeria, actually, it's very possible, more especially in terms of AI.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
I was reading out something about Elon Musk. I think was it 2 weeks ago, so where he was so optimistic about new trends. I think he was even saying we should watch out for more than what has already been done and all of this. And then you could see on the news where countries are fighting or countries send this thing and the AIs or these robots and all of this to go fight battles and all of this. I know some people have been catching crews on social media will be like, if something like this will happen to Nigerians, we don't have anything. So I still want us to stress on this. Why how important do you think AI is now to Nigeria? Looking at so many things, and then what should our government begin to do in order for us to balance it with the world at large?
Okay. Let me start with what happened to me when I came back from Russia.
Okay.
2004. I was walking on the streets of Roadblock, Jalingo, and I saw people selling SIM cards on the streets. I was shocked. I said, what is this? The SIM card. I said, you are selling SIM card? They say, yes, you can buy. You can even buy 10. I said, what? The country where I came from, for you to buy SIM card, you really need to go to the police. It's the police that sells SIM card. Not the network providers. It's the police or the immigration that sells SIM card. And you need to go with your international or national or domestic passport. Then they will not take your details and give you one SIM card. You're entitled to only one SIM.
Wow. Okay.
But when I came and I saw they were just selling SIM card, I said, this is danger. And it came to pass. When crime started, criminality started, scam and all that, we now knew that there was a need to register it. And that's when we now started talking about regulation. Then later on we started talking about legislation. So I don't want us to have that repeat. That's what I'm feeling, that maybe we're going to have a repeat of that. The way we did with GSM, which was not right. For AI now, we have started adopting AI, and there is no clear regulation, and there is no clear legislation. So what the government needs to do now is to have a single holistic act on AI. What we have what government is doing now. We already have a commission. I think I saw one commission that they are proposing, National AI Robotic Regulation Commission Bill is on. And then National AI Strategy of 2025 to 2029 is on. But all these things are in isolation. There is a paper we wrote together with my student that is in Spain. We looked at it from 7 layers of AI. Since you and I have been talking here, we've been talking about AI as per applied AI. We have not talked about AI as per infrastructure, development, chips, energy, and some other angles. So we need a holistic act. So what do we do now? First, government legislate to give us laws and acts that will checkmate the activities. Second, regulate. Give us a commission or agency or ministry that is going to enforce. Thirdly, adopt. Give us a legislative framework or the implementation framework on how to adopt these things. This one is critical. This conversation we're having, you need to record it and keep it, so that one day people will remember that we talked about it. Because where we are going, if we don't have all these frameworks on ground, legislative, regulation, and adoption frameworks, we'll come back fighting from behind the way we did with GSM. So this is the first thing that government needs to do. This is the first thing. We don't need to talk about going to the moon. We don't need to talk about drone and anything until we have the law in place.
You know, when you were talking about the regulation, I remember there was a report, was it? And it's one of the states in the East where a student was chatting with AI. It was her friend. So the day, I think the copper was like, the day he came into class and the student's phone fell and the screen had an issue, the lady was depressed. They asked her what happened. She said her friend is dead. So everybody thought it was a human being, only for them to find out that it was just an AI. And when I see other countries saying, okay, they will limit maybe the numbers of maybe teen not coming online, or from this 16 downward not to come online. I will always wonder, with something like this happening in Nigeria, because I think we can do anything we want and then we can go scot-free. But then looking at this alarm you actually raised, now looking at almost everybody has a phone now, and then the first thing they go to is ChatGPT or Meta or all this, and then commune with them.
Yes.
And I feel if we actually utilize or take to use AI, we could actually even curb some of the issues we're having in this country. So let me still add to this. How do you think AI can actually help Nigeria's security structure, healthcare, and all these other areas that have actually been worrisome, especially the security?
Yes, AI can help a lot.
Okay.
The United States of America, their president had a meeting with the CEOs of the top technology companies, and asking them how are they going to contribute to the economy through AI, and asking them to support the US military, so that the US military is going to be ahead of all the other countries in terms of AI. Why am I giving this story? Everything is deliberate. No success is accidental. If this nation does not wake up to be deliberate in our actions, with sincerity of purpose, we will still be talking about topping for a very long time. So it's deliberate. We bring the best brains in all the aspects, and then give them a task, and let's give ourselves some rules or objectives to achieve, and then have some milestones to achieve. So it's deliberate. It's something that has to do with human beings. So gather the experts, have the political will, have sincerity of purpose, and let's start. There's nothing big deal, because other countries have done it. It's easier for us to copy. So, and ours is to customize it to suit our peculiarities.
Okay. I just saw something here. Elon Musk's statement. He said we might have AI that is smarter than any human being by the end of this year, and I would say no later than next year, and then probably by 2030 or 2031, quote 5 years from now, AI will be smarter than all of humanity collectively. You know, that was actually something you actually said in your opening. However, I am actually still worried for Nigeria, because I must say we've not actually gone too far. We've not actually learned a lot, and our educational system is not helping to an extent. And you are thank God you're actually in that academic background as well. So thank God there are other measures or other things that are actually being put in place. However, more should be done, and I think it falls back to our lawmakers and the government as well to actually do some of these things. So now, moving further now, what common AI skill do you think young Nigerians should actually learn today? Looking at the fact that someone is already telling us that by the end of this year it might be smarter than us, and by 2031 or who knows what will happen. So what AI skills should young people, especially Nigerians, because we are left behind from what you said and all things?
Yes. According to all the predictions that has to do with artificial general intelligence, that AI is going to be smarter than us, smarter than this and all that. Yes. You know, but what they say there is smart, right? Just being smart. Yes. And being smart is not necessarily like that makes you to be the best to survive in a society or something like that. No, that's not. Is it true that smart kids are better than the street kids? No, street kids, they are street sense. Make them to have. So it's not really the issue of being smart. The only thing is that how productive would AI help us to have better economies? Even if we have AI that's smarter than us, but we're not applying it in the right way to change our economies, to improve our economies, how will our lives be better? Most especially in terms of healthcare, agriculture, and some other, like the security we are talking about. Now, when it comes to security and AI, that is where we need to bring all hands on deck, military, academia, and all this. And I've been interfacing with people from the military. I did my sabbatical at the Nigeria Defense Academy, Kaduna, and I've been having a lot of engagements with them. Until we have the academia, the society, and everybody, they will sit down, come up with solutions to our problems. So we see that it's possible, yes, AI will be smarter than us. But at the end of the day, it is still human beings that will take the decision. It's you and I that will actually still do. If AI is going to cook food and the chefs will be replaced, but still human beings that will eat the food. I always have AI that will eat food on our behalf and leave no. So I think there are limitations. But for the young people, what I would advise them is to get the right AI education, AI skills. And I'm proposing for them, number one, understand prompts and then prompt engineering. That's the first thing. Then the second thing is plan how to grow through the ladder or climb the ladder of AI adoption. Learn how to use the prompt and the prompt engineering to ask questions, use AI as an assistant, use AI to automate your processes, use AI as an agent, autonomous agent. So these ones, once you're able to do that, then the other angle, this first two is where you are just using AI. The other angle is where you want to now develop AI. So that's when now I'll suggest for them things they need to study to develop AI. So this is where now you need to know things like software engineering, computer programming, maybe Python programming, and the other things like that. But these ones we're already going into technical aspects of it. But as young people, first is that education, that orientation, and then getting to know prompt engineering, and then getting to plan how to climb the ladder of AI adoption, the 4 A's that I mentioned.
Okay, now, Prof, you know, you're a voice when it comes to especially all these areas in as far as Nigeria and Taraba State is concerned. And looking at Taraba now, we are an agricultural state. Most of us, farming is actually, we have a lot of landmarks, of course, the second largest I know in Nigeria. So you mentioned agriculture earlier while you were speaking, but please, can you elaborate? So how do you think the use of artificial intelligence can actually better the agricultural sector, looking at Nigeria?
It's good you brought about agric. There is a country in Europe which is called the Netherlands. The size of the Netherlands is roughly like the size of Yobe State. And that country in 1 year is able to generate revenue of 100 and let's say 100 billion US dollars in agric revenue, food revenue. Size just like that of Yobe. And then we have states like Borno, like Kaduna, Taraba State, Niger. Those ones are large ones. We're not near there. But Nigeria is roughly around 1 billion US dollars in food exports and all that. You compare the land size and compare. So when we did the extrapolation together with my colleague, who is also an engineer, we discovered that Nigeria can actually, if we are going to go by land mass, the way the Netherlands is, we could deploy technologies like the AI technologies. Yes, with satellite, robotics, and other things, we could do that. It's very, very possible. And then that will actually improve our productivity. Is it everywhere you should farm beans? Is it everywhere you should farm cocoa? Is it, you know, those things? These are things. Then satellite imagery and some other technologies with AI can come in. AI can predict either this place is best to farm this year and not to farm all that. We can use AI. It's very, very possible to use artificial intelligence.
Okay, so now, looking at still on Taraba State, you know, agriculture is one of the 5-finger agenda of His Excellency Governor Abu Kefas. So, what would be your advice to his administration? Because you can find out that they've actually done a lot of interventions. Tractors have come in. Also some Tarabans have gone to India to learn about seedlings. We have a lot of interventions in the agricultural sector. But then, as a key, I can say a voice in this aspect when it comes to Taraba State and Nigeria at large, what will you actually give that? What would be your advice to the state government as well, incorporating agriculture as well to better the lot of Tarabans?
Sure. For any success for government is the ability of the government to actually harness all the talents that they have in the states. And another thing is to have a holistic view about everything. In as much as we're talking about agric, it does not mean it's only those who have studied agric should be in the committee or in the program that has to do with agric. So by the time you bring other people from different aspects, it gives you the balance. That's what we call balanced diet. It gives you the balance. So you bring somebody from mathematics, you'll be so shocked what he's going to come up with. We have mathematicians that are called modelers. What they do is modeling. They'll be able to do modeling for you and come and tell you that this program you want to do is best if you do it in Jebu. It's best to do it. Do you know that Taraba State is one of the only states in Nigeria that no local government looks like the other one? Go and look at it geographically. There's no local government that looks like the other one. So it requires a lot of people from different aspects of disciplines, and then people from different aspects of the state or different regions of the state to come together and have a holistic view of the entirety of the state, then chart the way forward, so that we're going to have a plan. The contribution coming from different experts, from ecological angle, for computing, to technical, to mathematics, to economics, to the marketing. Okay, let me ask you something. Today you come out and say, we're going to have yam market. Beautiful. Who is going to sell the yam? Where are we going to sell it? How are we going to store the yam? And all that. How much are we going to make from it? Where are we going to index it in the commodity index? How? So this is where. So how are we going to market it? Are we going to have a website? Are we going to have a web app? So you can see, by the time you look at it, it requires not just the farming of the rice and harvesting. No, it requires all the disciplines of life. The think tanks come together, chart the way, so that it will be holistic. So my advice, they're already in the right direction. Actually, the government is in the right direction. But we just need to bring in more people from different aspects and have holistic roadmap. So that if we finish the farming, what do we do with the next? How do we make it sustainable? So these are all the issues.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, now moving further, if AI is actually the future, what should Nigerians do today?
Yes, AI. Is AI actually the future only, or maybe AI has surpassed the future? Let me tell you what is happening now. There is what we call quantum computing. Quantum computing is not popular because it's still in the developmental stage. It's still being refined. But Google came up with a quantum chip, processing chip, last year. What that chip can do, they call it Willow. You can go and do the research. What that chip can solve in 5 minutes, it will take a supercomputer. It will take it 10 septillion years.
Wow.
Septillion is 24 zeros.
Wow.
And that chip can do that in 5 minutes.
Wow.
Now, the AI we are using currently is not on quantum machines, but it's already doing wonders. By the time we deploy AI on quantum machines,
wow, can only imagine.
So it needs to crack a password of a PIN. It will be less than 1 minute. You know PIN, right?
Yes,
we have 4 digits. We have 000, 0001. On the maximum, the highest number is what? 999. It will do all that combination in less than no time and is able to crack anybody's PIN all over the world. That would be an issue because it's very fast. So the dangers are there, the advantages are also there. The dangers is that we need to actually have a very strong legislative angle for yes, we need to come up with something and to enforce it. And every security outfit should have AI department, or AI surveillance, or AI governance. This is very important, very, very important, because the way we are moving, AI can cause more damage than the weapon, one weapon. If you have one weapon now and going to a particular village and you just kill people, yes, it's not good. We don't like it. It's terrible. But we forget the fact that one AI can mess up the entire economy and everybody will be in confusion. Just one cyber virus or anything and just shut down the entirety of a country. Airports are not working. This one is not working. Hospital not working. Electricity, everything shut down. One virus can do that, and it's a computer virus. So because of that, the way forward is that AI is no longer the future. It's already in the now. It's the quantum computing, blockchain technology, Web3. These things that are coming now are going to propel AI to another dimension. So it's like we have a lot of catch up to do. But the benefit is that it's going to fast track a lot of research. There was one problem that have not been solved for the past 80 years. AI solved it just of recent. Yes, mathematical problem. It has not been solved for the past 80 years. But now AI has been able to solve it. That is to tell you that if the treatment of cancer or drug depended on that equation, you can see now we have gotten it. Just for instance. Now, based on AI, scientists have been able to generate DNAs that will be able to, they call it what they call amino acids, and then they generate drugs that somebody can take and it will treat the cancer, because they'll be able to understand how DNA is working using AI. So create a drug that will go fit into the DNA of the person and treat the cancer. Before you could not simulate that. So the advantages are there. At the same time, there's what we call dual use. This same AI that is creating drugs for cancer could be used to have what we call biological weapons or biochemical weapons or chemical weapons that could kill millions of people instantly. So we're dealing with something beautiful and ugly at the same time. So it requires a lot of governance for it. Yes.
All right then. Well, we are already behind schedule already. Time is not on our side. But let me just ask two key things. First of all, I know you must have said a lot of things to your students. So what have you always said to your students that you think students in Nigeria should actually hear and pick?
Okay. Our students here in this country, we have an advantage. In as much as we have a lot of high rate of unemployment, we have an advantage. Because our economy is weak, it's cheaper to outsource jobs from advanced or developed countries to us. If a job in, let's say, in the United States of America is going to be $100 per hour, companies would prefer to send it over to Nigeria here and pay you maybe $20 per hour. You just tell me, if they are paying you $20 per hour, in a day, how much dollars do you have? You know, $20 per hour. In a day, you have 8 hours, $160 times 5, and then times 4. You see how much you are earning. To you, it's huge because the economy is a weaker economy, but to them, it's cheap. So Nigerians, more especially Nigerian students, should position themselves in such a way that they could get jobs from outside through freelancing. In fact, there are many ways I've always been teaching my students to position themselves through freelancing. And I have so many students now I can tell you confidently they have jobs from outside. They pay them like $300 per week. So it's just to reposition themselves. They should not be looking towards only government. It's time for us to also help the government. Do you know that if I get 1 billion naira from freelancing, I will take it nowhere. I will still bring it to Nigeria. And I will still maybe build a house. Laborers will get something. You see, we are contributing to the economy. So the era of waiting for government to give you jobs is past. With AI now, the opportunities are endless. Yes.
All right, then lastly,
before
we go, what's your word actually to our audience, or what's the final message you want to leave for us?
Yes, my final message is, I have 3 messages. Number 1, I want government to actually step up to consider these 3 things I mentioned: legislation of AI, regulation of AI, and adoption of AI. Yes, that's part of the government. And then the part of the students or the citizens, education or orientation about AI, prompt and prompt engineering, and then learn to climb the ladder of adoption of AI. That is, to learn how to ask questions, how AI can assist you, how AI can automate some of your business processes, and how AI can act as an agent. Now, my final word is, part of the book I wrote is on AI, the AI tools, techniques, and tricks. Now, I want to give this as a gift to people that are listening. If you want to ask questions to AI, do not just ask short questions and leave it there. So I'll give you an example. Somebody who wants to start rice farming, if you go to ChatGPT, as you were saying, and just write, I want to start rice farming. Give me a proposal. That is too vague for the AI.
Okay.
So I have a system which I've written in that book, 6 formats. I call it 6 format protocol.
Okay.
First thing you do is give AI a role. Give it a role. What role is it going to play in this particular question you asked me? You say, give it a role. Say, you are an expert in dry season farming in Nigeria with over 20 years of experience.
Okay. Wow.
Good. AI loves that. What it positions AI now to go look for materials that are for that kind of level.
Yeah. Okay.
If not, it will just get anything and bring to you.
Yes.
So that is role. The next thing is context. You give your context. I want to farm in the northern part of Nigeria where the rain is like this and like that, and I want you to look at this, at this, at this. You have given the context. So you write a proposal that will do like this. Context. Then the next thing is tax. I want you to write a proposal that will contain this, that will do that, this, that, this. You've given it. Then the next thing is pitfalls. Tell it what to avoid. I don't want you to put this. I don't want you to add this. I don't want you to do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. After that, formats. You know, say, formulate your results in a table or infographics or give it in form of this and that. It needs to have some format. And then lastly, you now say, I want you, then you will not ask a question. Ask AI. You will not ask AI, do you understand my tax? And do you have any question that will help me answer? You know, that will help you to answer me well.
Okay.
Do not respond until you have 95+% confidence in your response.
Wow. Wow.
That's how I use AI.
That's intelligent.
So once you put that together, you see that you will get the result. It's not like just typing rice farming and come back. No. It's going to come up with something. So this is just a parting gift. Six things you write in your prompt. You should have 6 things.
Okay.
The role, the context, the tax, the pitfalls, the formats, and the questions.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. That's quite interesting.
Thank you.
Well, we want to say, sir, we really appreciate your intake and whatever you have actually told us today. It is actually wonderful and it's actually educative. We appreciate it and we're looking forward to more of you as well.
Yes.
You're actually a blessing to Taraba State. I must say, while I was saying that, I think to Nigeria at large, not just Taraba State and Africa as a whole. And people like you in our government, people like you in our educational system, the legislative system should actually do better. While you were speaking, I was imagining you as a member, either representing us or what. Of course, because having people like you over there would actually do more to at least the legislative structure of our country as well. So we really appreciate your presence here this evening, and we look forward to more of you as well, just like I'd say. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
All right then, viewers, I'm sure you actually enjoyed this aspect of Periscope today because I actually did. A lot has actually been said, a lot has actually been given to you. Professor has actually done justice to all that you need for you to better yourself and for you to actually evolve in this fast growing world. So it's left for you to be able to pick up the challenge and learn, pick up the challenge and ensure that you will not be the same. But then, before I even go, let me, Prof has actually given us a bonus already on the book he wrote. But for many of you that are actually looking forward to getting to know more, you can visit Amazon and then you can search for his book, Artificial Intelligence. So don't say you ignore that particular part. That is it on artificial intelligence, now, future, and then the threats. We'll be meeting again next week Friday for more on Periscope. But don't forget, Kwararafa Television does not just stop on Periscope. There are other exciting angles talking about morning breaks and other exciting shows here on this particular station. So don't go but continue watching Kwararafa Television on your free-to-air decoder, free TV, and all our social media handles. For now, I am Rejoice Hussein Yaro telling you bye for now.